Recording in progress.
Great day to one and all. Welcome to this beautiful Sunday evening for the review for our March 2025 licensure examination for teachers, specifically for mathematics majors. And um, all right, so I hope that we are all set. Please be reminded that for this meeting po, so that hindi po tayo magkagulo, so that we will have a smooth flow of the meeting, then everyone is muted, no? So you are not allowed, as the host right now, I'll not allow you po muna to open your microphones. And also, I disable the annotation, meaning you are not also allowed to write anything on the screen po, okay? So that we will have a smooth flow of our meeting tonight. And our goal for tonight is to answer the items 41 to 80 of your diagnostic test, which was taken last time, no? If I am not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, instead of taking 40 items every Sunday or every Saturday and discussing them on Sunday, yung nangyari po pala is you took all the 200 items at once, and this time, didiscuss po natin 40 items na naman. Last week, we discussed items 1 to 40. And this week, for today or tonight, I mean, we will be discussing items 41 to 80. And if ever po na we finish earlier, no? So it's possible that we will discuss again some other items in the past. And of course, you are not given a copy of it, but we will just flash some questions po. Okay? And take note, the directions is that shade the letter of the answer that corresponds to your choice. If the correct answer is not found among the choices, shade E. So I will flash the questions, and please write or give your answer through chat po, no? And take note that for you to pass, you should get at least half, meaning you should get at least 20 out of the 40 items. So I hope that we are all set and we are all ready. Let us now begin the discussion. Okay, so I hope na ready na po tayo. Let's have item number 41. Okay, set theory naman po tayo. What do you call sets that have the same cardinality? When we say cardinality po, it refers to the number of elements. So it's like asking, what do you call sets that have the same number of elements? Is it A, equal, B, equivalent, C, empty, or D, singleton? Okay, let's see your answers. Okay, I could see many of you answered letter B and very few answered A. No. So the thing is, some of you answered equal sets, but majority answered equivalent sets. And take note po ha, silang dalawa po ay magkaiba. So equal nga ba o equivalent? At ang tamang sagot ay, before that, kapag sinabi naman po nating equal sets, these are sets that have the same element and cardinality. Ibig sabihin po nito, if you have two or more sets na parehas talaga yung elements nila, kung anong elements ng set A, ganun din yung elements ng set B, and in any order po, equal sets po ang tawag dyan. Halimbawa, yung set A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yung set B naman is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So regardless of the order, lahat ng elements ni A ay makikita sa set B and vice versa. So yun po yung example ng equal sets. And ang tamang sagot po dito ay equivalent sets. So kapag sinabi naman po nating equivalent sets, magkasing dami lang po yung kanilang elements. They have the same number of elements, but the elements of both sets need not be the same. Halimbawa, yung set A, may elements na 1, 2, 3. Yung set B, may elements na 4, 5, 6. So iba-iba po yung elements ni A at saka B. Pero the fact na magkasing dami lang po sila, so silang dalawa po ay equivalent sets. Kapag sinabi naman po nating empty set, it's also called null set. And empty set or null set is a set with no element. And lastly, kapag sinabi naman po nating singleton, ito po ay isang set na may iisang element lamang. So kung sumagot po kayo ng B, be happy, you have a good start. But if not, okay lang po. Push lang, mga kaguro. All right, so far so good. 42. Which of the following statements is or are true? Okay, number 1, all equivalent sets are equal sets. 2, all equal sets are equivalent sets. Is it A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, D, neither 1 nor 2? Let's see. I could see a lot of B's. Okay, that's interesting. And, okay, so marami po sa atin ang sumagot ng B. And if you answered B, okay, ang 1 ay mali po. Tandaan po natin ha, kapag sinabi kasi nating equivalent sets, magkasing dami lang sila. Pero hindi po ibig sabihin nun na magkaparehas po yung elements nila. So 1 is wrong. Pero yung 2 naman po, all equal sets are equivalent sets, is actually correct. Because kung magkaparehas po ang elements ng isang A, ng isang set sa isa pang set, then it follows po na magkasing dami din po yung kanilang elements. So equal sets are always equivalent sets. That's why 2 only is correct, letter B. Okay, so far, so good. Okay pa po ba tayo? Laban lang. Okay, 43. What kind of set is A is equal to the set containing X such that X? Take note na sa ibang books, parang vertical line ito. But in some instances, colon po is pwede rin gamitin. And the colon is read as such that. So A is a set of all X such that X is an integer between 8 and 9. Is it A, a singleton, B, infinite, C, a subset, or D, null? Grabe kayo, D. Bakit D? Bakit null set? Dahil yan. Wala pong integer, di ba? 8 and 9 are consecutive integers. And there is no integer between two consecutive integers. That's why you have here the curly brackets. Thank you po, Ma'am Sikap. Okay, Sir Juran said there's no integer between 8 and 9, and I agree. That's why there is no element, so we just write the curly brackets with nothing inside. And this is an example of what we call null set. Magaling. Congratulations po. I hope na naintindihan po natin mga moms and sirs. Yung subset naman po, kapag sinabi nating subset, a certain set is a subset of another if lahat ng elements ng isang set ay makikita pa sa isang set. Okay, so we will have more of that next time po. Okay, how about ito? What kind of set is B is equal to the set of all X such that X is a real number between 8 and 9? Is it A, singleton, B, infinite, C, subset, or D, null set? Okay, paki-comment po ng sagot natin. Grabe, B. Aha. Tama nga ba ang B? Okay. Infinite nga ba? If you could notice, no, yung sa 43, integer. Dito sa 44, real number na. And I agree with you, no? Sabi kasi sa problem, real number. And tandaan po natin, ha? If there are two numbers that are not the same, then there are infinitely many real numbers between them. Some of them are rational, and some of them are actually irrational po. That's why be careful po ha sa sinasabi ng problem. Dito po, there are infinitely many of them. That's why here, set B is an infinite set. Okay, sabi dito ni Sir Justin, all the decimal numbers between 8 and 9 are real numbers po. Yes, no? I agree with that, sir. In fact, there are fractions there. There are some rational and irrational numbers, but take between 8 and 9. And take note that rational and irrational numbers are all real numbers. So good job, no? It's good na na-note po ninyo yung distinction. So be very careful po. I hope na nakuha po natin. Okay, so again, letter B. 45. Which of the following statements best describes... Okay, paano po basahin ito? Yung parang yun na to. Ano pong pagbasa dito? Paki-comment po sa ating chat. Ano po pagbasa nito? Ng parang yun na to. Okay, very good. Tama po kayong lahat mga kaguro. Sa lahat ng nag-comment ng union, naku po, pasado na po kayo. Top notch na lang yung question. Okay, union. So that describes a union B. These are elements that are, is it A, common to both A and B? B, found in A, but not in B. C, neither in A nor in B. Or in D, in either A or B. Okay, letter D daw. All right, I see a lot of these. If you answer, okay, let's discuss this. Kapag sinabi po nating A union B, no, in set theory, it is the set of all X such that X is nandyan sa A or X is in B. Take note that union, you are using the term or. And so with that, we actually, kapag sinabi po natin letter A, common to both A and B, dapat and po yan dito. Take note, for union, it's or. For intersection, yung baliktad na U, and po ang dapat yung nasa gitna. So common to both A and B is incorrect because letter A po, I agree mga kaguro, Ma'am Elisha, Sir Jefferson, Ma'am Erica, yung common naman po is intersection. So letter A po is mali because A is all about intersection. Yung found in A but not in B is also wrong. Yung found in A but not in B is A minus B. Tandaan po natin yan. Ha? Yung set difference po natin. Yung letter B is A minus B and I agree with you. Nag-comment po dyan no, si Ma'am Erica. That's correct. Yung letter B found in A but not in B is A minus B. Yung letter C naman po in neither A nor B, it's actually the complement of the union of A and B. So mali rin po yan. And letter D, in either A or B is the correct answer. So kapag sinabi po natin union, pwedeng nandyan siya sa set A lamang, pwedeng nandyan siya sa set B lang, or pwede ring nasa common sa kanila po. So careful po tayo. In either A or B. All right. So far, so good. Proceed po tayo. Okay, mga moms and sirs, before I proceed further, am I too fast or is my pace okay lang po? Okay lang po ba yung speed natin? Or do I need to slow down? Okay lang, sabi. Okay, sakto lang. But again po ha, if there is a need to go back, if you have questions, if you have clarifications, please feel free to indicate it through chat po. No? So I would really appreciate it. Hindi po maganda na na I'm just talking and you are not understanding anything. No? Okay, thank you po sa comment ninyo. Okay, proceed tayo sa 46. It is a way of naming sets by listing all the elements of that set. Is it A, roster method, B, set builder method, annotation, C, calligraphic method, or D, reduction method? Okay, listing. Many answered letter A. Very good. If you answered A, I'm sorry. Charing. Liro lang. Letter A is actually correct. In fact, roster method is also called listing method. So it is a manner or a way of naming sets by writing specifically all the elements of that set. And usually the elements are enclosed in curly brackets. Okay? And usually the roster method is beneficial or is good to use, especially if you have limited number of elements or if there are just few elements. But if you have a million elements, it is impractical to write all the terms, no? Especially writing all the 1 million elements. Kapag sinabi naman po nating set builder notation, you are now utilizing a rule sa pagsulat ng elements ng ating set. In fact, no, yung mga previous item natin na mga the set of all x such that x is blah 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 blah, those are actually examples of set builder notation. So, rule po, no? So you are specifying the rule. For example, x is a vowel such that x is an even number. Those are using the set builder notation po. Yung letter C at saka letter D, gawa-gawa ko lang po yan para merong distractors tayo. So, congratulations. So, I agree with you, ma'am, no? Yung mga X such that X blah, 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 set builder po yan. And usually, the set builder notation is good to use if a certain element, for example, if a certain set could be infinite, or if a certain set has finite elements but has so many elements, and that's why set builder notation is usually used for such purpose. So letter A po ang ating tamang sagot. Take note po ha, roster. Isang O lang po ha, kasi kapag double O, nako sinasabong na po yan. Biro lang. Okay. 47. Consider the universal set U with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's all the natural numbers from 1 to 10 po yung ating universal set. With subsets A equals 1, 2, 3, B with elements 3, 4, 5, C with elements 1, 4, 9, and D with elements 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What is A union B? Okay, paki-comment po ng ating sagot. Okay, so far I see letter C. Meron din po akong nakikitang letter D. So majority answered dog, but some answered C. Okay, and take note po ha, is it A, B, C, or D? Remember, when I say, as I mentioned earlier, kapag sinabi po nating or, it is either, no? Either. Meaning, pwedeng makikita sa A, pwede rin makikita sa B, or both of them. And so to make the long story short po mga kaguro, if we are checking the union of two or more sets, we simply combine them. But how about kung ang elements appears more than once? If a certain element appears more than once, then we just have to write it exactly once and no repetition is needed. So if I have A union B, and this is A with elements 1, 2, 3, and B with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So i-combine lang po natin sila sa isang set. So A union B, we have 1, 2, 3 here. But 3 here is already mentioned, so no need to repeat. 4, 5, 8. I agree, no? So sabi ni Sir Dexter dito, yung union, in other terms, pinagsama. Magsama kayong dalawa. Ano daw? Nagdrama ang person. So letter D po ang ating tamang sagot. Okay? So lahat ng sumagot ng D, wow, I'm so proud of you. Okay? All right. I hope na nakuha po natin. 48. Same po same given pa rin po. Same given pa rin. Pero dito, we are now asked of C intersection. This is yung baliktad na yun, no? Is read as intersection. So what is C intersection D? Which of letters A, B, C, or D is correct? Okay. So kapag sinabi po nating intersection, ano nga po? Ano nga ba yung kapag sinasabi nating intersection? What does it mean? Okay. Sabi ni Ma'am Erica, common. Ganon din po ang sabi ni Sir Cyrus, ni Ma'am Joy, ni Ma'am Elisha, ni Sir Mark, ni Ma'am Christine, ni Sir Juren. And thank you po. And I agree with you. Kapag sinabi po nating intersection, common na po yan. Magkapareho. No? So common to both. Kung ano makikita sa C, nandyan siya sa C, nandyan din siya sa D. So here, C intersection D is a set of all X such that X is an element of C and X is an element of D. So kung union or kung intersection, N. So ano pong makikita natin sa kanilang dalawa? Ano pong elements ng common sa kanila? Ah, sorry, Ma'am Cyrus now. I'm so sorry po. Thank you po, Ma'am Cyrus. And good evening po sa lahat. So common po sa kanila ang elements na 1 at saka 9. So I agree that C intersection D is very good. Letter P. Very good. Boy po ang sagot natin dito. All right. 49. A false statement implying a false statement is blank as a whole. Is it A, true, B, false, C, both true and false, or D, neither true nor false? Okay, basahin po natin yung mga sagot ninyo. Naku po, letter A. Sure kayo? False implies false. Is it true? True nga ba? Okay, tingnan po natin. Tama kaya kayo? Or may tama kayo? Okay, let's see. Balikan po natin yung logic natin. Okay? So tandaan po natin ha, let's say, if P implies Q, the first statement P here is what we call premise, and Q here is your conclusion. Take note that is true, especially if you have what we call a conditional statement or an if-then statement. If P, then Q. And meron pong apat na possibilities dito, di ba? Yung apat na possibilities po is, remember, for your premise, 2 ways. For your conclusion, also 2 ways. And by the fundamental counting principle, 2 times 2, 4. And those 4 possibilities are true implies true implies false, false implies true, and false implies false. And tandaan po natin, kapag tama ka, tama yung premise mo, tama ang conclusion mo, tama yan. Tama ka. Tama yung pinanggalingan mo. Pero mali yung conclusion mo. As a whole, false po yan. Mali ka. Pero sa huli na-realize mo at nagkaganon, tumama ka. Naging tama ka. Tama ang decision mo. So true po yan. And lastly, dahil mali ang iyong premise, natural lang na magkamali ka ng conclusion. So as a whole, tama po yon. So if you could see sa apat na possibilities na to sa ating implication, true implies kung true ang premise at false ang conclusion mo, yan lang po ang time na ang conditional ay false. The rest of the instances, tama na po yun. Okay? So if you could see a false statement implying another false statement is actually a true statement. So nakaka-proud po kayo. Congratulations. Letter A po ang tamang sagot natin. Grabe kayo. Okay, nakuha po natin. Galing. So mukhang marami at ang makaka-perfect ngayon na. Parang excited ako. Okay, 50. Consider X as a natural number. What is the inverse of the conditional? If X is odd, then X squared is odd. A, if X squared is even, then X is even. B, if X is even, then X squared is even. C, if X squared is odd, then X is odd. And lastly, if X is even, then X squared is odd. Alright. Saan dito ang inverse? May sumagot ng B, may mangilang-ngilang sumagot ng dog. Let's see. Now, ano nga bang ibig sabihin? Okay, let me explain first. Yung letter A is actually a contrapositive. Kapag sinabi po natin contrapositive, P implies Q. Yung contrapositive po niyan is ang negation ng conclusion ay naging premise mo na, at saka yung negation ng hypothesis mo naging conclusion mo na. Kapag sinabi po nating negation, baliktad po. Halimbawa, if X is odd, yung negation yan, X is even. If X is even, yung negation yan is X is odd. Baliktad lang po. Or yung not niya. Usually, we are using the term not. But in this case, we have mentioned po kasi that X is a natural number eh. So kung di siya odd, yung negation, kung odd siya, yung negation niya even. Kung even siya, negation niya odd. So dito, contrapositive po actually yung letter A. Because yung negation ng yung conclusion implies the negation of your premise. That is a contrapositive. In other words, if you have P implies Q, not Q implies not P, yan po ang kanyang contrapositive. Yung letter B naman po ay ang tamang sagot. Kapag sinabi po nating inverse, you maintain the positions of the premise and conclusion, but now you negate both of them. So ito po, yung negation nito, if X is even, then yung negation nito, X squared is even. Okay? So ano pa rin po, no? You are still maintaining the order, but you negate both. Yung letter C naman po is actually the converse. If X squared is odd, then X is odd. Kapag sinabi po natin converse, binaliktad mo lang po yung positions ng premise at saka conclusion. Yung, in other words, if you have P implies Q, yung converse po niyan is Q implies P. So you notice po, nagbaliktad lang po sila, nagkabaliktad lang. And lastly, your letter D is actually your given conditional. So the correct answer po is letter B. Very good. Okay, but it's okay, no? So at least no, we can review yung mga basics po natin. 51. What is the contrapositive of the conditional statement? If not P, then Q. Contrapositive. Is it A? If P, then not Q. B, if not P, then not Q. C, if not Q, then P. Or D, if Q, then not P. Take note po ha, kapag sinabi po natin contrapositive, remember, P implies Q. Yung contrapositive niya ay not Q implies not P. Kinuha mo yung negate, yung converse ng inverse. Letter C nga ba? Let's see. And yung letter A po, notice nyo, pinaliktad nyo lang sila. If P, yung negation nito ay P, yung negation nito ay not Q, inverse po yan. Yung letter B, if not P, then not Q is the given conditional. So hindi po yan. Letter C po ang tamang sagot. Contrapositive. So yung conclusion mo, negation nito, not Q, implies the negation of your premise. Not of not P. Not P. Double negative is positive. That's why yung negation ng not P ay actually P. So yung letter D naman po is actually converse po natin. So again, congratulations sa lahat ng sumagot ng letter C. See, I told you, that's right. Very good. 52. Geometry na po tayo. The sum of the supplement and complement of an angle is 188 degrees. Find the angle. Take note po ha, Is it 31, 41, 82, or 101? We mentioned last time na meron pong calculator techniques, but we are actually reserving it for Coach Toto and Coach Isa, no? Because they will teach you a lot about calculator techniques. But for the meantime, for my end, more of manual po muna tayo. May letter B, may letter C. Okay, take note. Kapag sinabi po natin complementary angles, the sum is 90 degrees. Whereas, kapag sinabi po naman natin supplementary angles, their sum is 180 degrees. Now, let's do it the manual way. Let x be the angle. Okay, so how do you express the supplement? The supplement is, di ba yung kapag supplementary, sum nila is 180. So if the angle is x, how do you represent its supplement? It's okay. Thank you po, Ma'am Alaika May. Supplement is 180 minus x. And thank you din po, Sir Armando. Yung 90 minus x naman po ay complement. Okay, tandaan po natin yan. And sabi po sa problem, the sum of the complement and supplement is 188. And thank you po, Ma'am Alaika, for giving to us the equation, no? So i-add mo yung dalawang to, and their sum will be 188. And from here, we can combine like terms. 180 plus 90 is 270 po. Negative x plus negative x is negative 2x equals 188. So yung ginawa ko po next is, yung negative 2x na to, sumakabilang bakod siya. Nag-iba na siya ng sign. That's why naging 2x po yan. And yung ito naman po ay naging 270 minus 188, which is 82. And dividing both sides by 2 po, you get 41 degrees as the value of your angle. So tama po yung ating letter B. Letter B po. Okay? So kung sumagot ka ng B, okay? But if not, sige lang. Yung mahalaga po ay natututo po tayo. Okay? Or kung gusto nyo, try nyo pong i-trial and error nyo po. Halimbawa, yung 41. Yung complement ng 41 ay 49 degrees. Yung supplement naman ng 41 ay 139 degrees. I agree, no? That's why sabi nga ni Ma'am Elisha, so 139 degrees yung supplement niya, 49 degrees naman po yung kanyang complement. And if you add 139 and 49, it gives you 188. This is especially true, no? Especially if we don't know how to represent. Sometimes trial and error gives us faster answers. 53. A chord of a circle is 8 cm long and 3 cm from the center. How long is the radius of the circle po? Is it 5, 10, 4 square root of 6, or the square root of 69? Letter A, 5 daw. I see. So far, we have letter A coming from 5 amazing people. Okay. Okay. So ano pang itsura nito? Ito po yung itsura niya. Ito po yung chord natin. Di ba? Yung chord na to is 8 cm. And the distance from the center is 3 cm. So ito po yung 3 cm. But be careful po ha. Meron po tayong theorem that if you draw the distance between a chord and from the center, this chord is actually perpendicular to your chord. This segment here is perpendicular to your chord. And apart from being perpendicular po, it divides the chord into 2 equal parts. That's why this is 8 divided by 2, so 4. That's why this part here is 4. This part here is also 4. And I forgot to emphasize that this is actually a right angle again. And this is actually a right triangle. And if we connect the center and the endpoint to one of the chords, this is actually now the center, I mean the radius of your circle, because we have to note that a radius is a segment that connects the center and the point on the circle. So that's why by the Pythagorean theorem, the sum of the squares of the two legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. We can determine the hypotenuse easily because it is the longest side or the side opposite of your right angle. So you have 3 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared. So that's 25 equals x squared. And let's just take the positive square root or the principal square root of both sides. Supposedly it's a plus minus 5. But since there's no such thing as negative length here, so we will just adapt the positive value. Hence, the value of x, which is the radius of our circle, is 5. Letter A. Thank you po, Ma'am Erica and Sir Aldi. Okay? Thank you. Letter A po. All right. 54. What do you call a triangle with all sides equal? Is it right, scalene, equilateral, or isosceles? Okay, I could see a lot of you who answered letter C. If you answered C, you are actually, we'll find out. Kapag sinabi po nating right triangle, it is a triangle with one right angle and two acute angles. I hope you know what a right angle means. It is an angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. Yung scalene triangle naman po is a triangle that has no pair with equal lengths. No pair of sides that have equal lengths. In other words, lahat ng sides ay iba-iba po ang length. Scalene po yan o scalene triangle. Kapag sinabi naman po nating equilateral, all sides are equal. And take note ha, if we are talking about a triangle, all equilateral triangles are equiangular and vice versa. And kapag sinabi naman po nating isosceles, it is a triangle with at least a pair of equal sides. Okay. So ang sagot po ay letter C. Okay. Before we proceed with the next item, may tanong po ako. Okay. True or false? All equilateral triangles are isosceles triangles. Again, true or false? All equilateral triangles are isosceles triangle. Kung equilateral ba siya, does it follow na isosceles siya? Okay, true ang sabi nila. And ang tamang sagot po ay very good, true po. Tandaan po natin ha, yung definition po ng isosceles is at least a pair of equal sides. Or in other words, lahat ng equilateral triangles are actually isosceles triangles. But be very careful. Its converse is false. Kapag sinabi natin kasing, if you say all isosceles triangles are equilateral triangles, that's false. Kasi it's possible na isosceles siya, pero hindi siya equilateral. So be very careful. So congratulations, palakpakan. 55. What is the circumference in units of a circle with an area of 4 pi square units? Is it A, 8 pi units, B, 6 pi units, D, C, 4 pi units, or D, 2 pi units? Okay? You see, many of you answered letter C. Nako. Let's see if C is correct. And the formula, di ba, for area is pi r squared. So, given that pi r squared, the area is 4 pi, so we equate pi r squared with 4 pi. Dividing both sides by pi, no, kasi may pi naman sila both sides, it follows that r squared is equal to 4. And taking the square root both sides, so r is plus minus 2. But of course, radius is a positive value. So we take the value r equals 2. So the radius is 2. And ano nga po yung formula sa circumference given the radius? Paki-comment po. Ano pong formula? Okay, sabi ni Sir Armando, 2 pi r, and I agree with 2 pi r. Be careful po ha, yung pi natin is wala pong e yan. Kapag yung PIE kasi, kinakain yan. Yung pi po natin is PI lang po. Okay? Thank you po. So 2 pi r, so that's 2 pi times 2, and that's still 4 pi. Letter C. And take note, no? The area and circumference of a circle are numerically equal if the radius is 2 units po. Okay, thank you. So again po at 2, yung pi, pi lang po yan. Thank you. Mga small things, but sometimes, no, mahalaga po kasi yung mga small things eh. Okay. 56. A circle is divided into arcs in the ratio 3 is to 4 is to 5. How many degrees is the largest arc? Is it 110, 140, 150, or 160? Grabe kayo, letter C talaga. Ang bilis ah. Okay, take note ha. Take note that to answer this problem, we have to know that that one revolution is 360 degrees. And since meron kang 3 is to 4 is to 5, so there's 3 plus 4 plus 5 or 12 parts in all. And out of the 12 parts, ilang parts po nga ba yung yung largest? Ilang parts? The largest arc is how many parts? Very good. 5 parts, no? Kasi nga, siya yung pinakamalaking number. Siya yung pinakamalaking sa 3, 4, at saka 5. So 5. So but before that, 360 degrees divided by 12 parts tells us that there's 30 degrees per part. And since the largest arc is 5 parts, so 5 times 30 degrees gives us 150 degrees. If you answered C, very good, very good, very good. So I agree, no? Yung solution ni Sir Armando is 3x plus 4x plus 5x. Tama din po yan, no? Is equal to 360, where x there actually represents the greatest common factor. So thank you po, Sir Armando, for sharing. And I think a similar solvings was also presented by Sir, hindi ako sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Sir Aldi ba to o Ma'am Aldi? Okay, so thank you po for sharing. So basically, we have a similar thought now. Thank you po. A single location in space is called a letter. 57 is? All right. Very good. It's actually what we call a point. Letter P. So a point is an indicator of location in space. If you could still remember, no, a point has no dimension. It has no length, no width, and no thickness. If you have a line naman po, a line, it has actually one dimension. It has infinite length, but no width and no thickness. Kapag sinabi naman po nating ray is just a subset of a line, but it has one endpoint. And the other extends in one direction indefinitely or infinitely. And lastly, yung plane naman po is actually a two-dimensional figure. Yung plane has infinite length, has infinite width, but no height or thickness. That's why plane is a two-dimensional figure, whereas line and rays are examples of one-dimensional figures. So letter B. Very good. Which of the following sets of interior angle measures would describe an isosceles right triangle? A, 90, 45, 45, B, 90, 60, 60, C, 60, 60, 60, or D, 60, 50, 50. All right, letter A, convexa. Okay, so take note. We are assuming here, no, that we have a triangle in the Euclidean plane or in the flat surface, and the sum of the angles should be 180 degrees. Yung letter B po, yung sum nito ay more than 180. Yung sa letter D naman, ang sum niya is less than 180. So B and D are incorrect. However, yung letter C, 60, 60, 60 is actually that of an equilateral or equiangular triangle. So B, C, and D are wrong. and it's actually 90, 45, 45. The fact na right angle siya, so 180 minus 90, that's 90 degrees. And the other two acute angles are equal. So 90 divided by 2, we have 45. That's why letter A po ang ating tamang sagot. Okay, thank you for sharing your answers. Hulaan ko. I think more than half of you will get perfect. Sana all. All right. Next. How many lines can pass through two distinct points? Is it A, 1, B, 2, C, none, or D, infinitely many? Okay. You have one. All right, one nga ba? And if you answered one, I agree. If you have 2 points, exactly one line lang po yung makakapas sa kanila. Okay? If you have exactly 1 point, there are infinite many lines na pwede pong makadaan sa kanila. Okay? Again ha, kung 1 point, infinite po yung number of lines. Kung 2 points, exactly one line lang po. 60. Two angles are supplementary. If one of the angles is 13 degrees, what is the measure of the other angle? Okay, kung supplementary nga, ilan yung sum nilang dalawa? Okay, very good. Thank you po, Ma'am Erica, Ma'am May, Ma'am Alicia, Ma'am Jasmine, Ma'am Eliza, Ma'am Melit, Ma'am Cyrus, Ma'am Joanna, Ma'am Angel. So, dapat 180 degrees po ang sum nila. So, complementary, 90 degrees ang sum. Supplementary angles, 180 degrees ang sum. And with such, 180 degrees minus 13 degrees, that gives us 167 degrees. That's letter C. Very good. 61. All right. Layers of squares are constructed as shown. How many unit squares are there in 10 layers? For example, this is 1 layer with 2 layers, 3 layers, 4 layers. When I say unit square like this, 1. In 2 layers, there's 3 of them. For 3 layers, there's 6. For 4 layers, there's 10. So 55 daw, letter D. Ang tanong, paano po ninyo kinuha yung number of unit squares sa figure na may 10 layers? Ano pong ginawa ninyo? Yung ginawa nyo ay? Okay, using partial sum of arithmetic, I agree with that. Sabi ni Sir Juren, you add from 1 to 10. Yung kay Sir Corpus naman po, ginamit niya po yung arithmetic series, yung partial sum. Sir, be careful po. Yung Sir Armando, yung formula mo, sir, is sequence po yan, arithmetic sequence, no? Yung A sub n equals A sub 1 plus n minus 1 times D. So, siguro, you could also use the arithmetic series formula, no? Okay? But I agree with you, Sir Armando, no? You could use that formula to find the last term. All right? So here, you could see that in 1 layer, that's 1. For 2 layers, 1 plus 2. For 3 layers, 1 plus 2 plus 3. For 4 layers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Okay? Yes, Sir Armando, I agree with that, no? That's one formula. S sub n equals n over 2 multiplied by 2a plus n minus 1 times d. So, may isa pa pong formula, that is, i-add mo yung first at saka last term, then multiply it by the number of terms divided by 2. So, you have 1 to 10. Yung ginawa ko muna ngayon is nag-pattern mind muna ako, no? Yung ginamit ko yung long method. I added the first and last 1 plus 10, that's 11. If I just add the second and the second to the last 2 plus 9, 11. 3 plus 8 is 11. 4 plus 7, 11. And 5 plus 6 is 11. And how many 11s are there? Meron tayong limang 11s. That's why it's 5 times 11, which is just 55. Letter D. So I am happy, no? So thank you po, Sir, di pa po na, Sir Aldi. So naka-detailed po yung solution ni Sir Aldi, no? So ginamit niya yung number of terms divided by 2 times the sum of the first and last. Okay, but if you use also the longer version, tama din po yun. And I'm very happy po ha. And I really appreciate na you are sharing your solution sa ating madlang kaguro. Very good po. Next number. Take note, iba-iba po yung paraan natin. Marami pong paraan sa math eh. Pero iba-iba man yung way mo, yung mahalaga po is nakukuha natin yung tamang sagot. Ganyan yung math eh. Minsan, iba-iba yung pinanggalingan, pero iisang answer lang ang patutunguhan. Sana all. Okay. An angle is 1/2 of its complement. What is the angle in degrees? Is it A, 30, B, 60, 45, C, 60, or D, 70? All right. 62? Yes, yes po, pwede po. 62A? How about the others? Letter A then, sabi ni Ma'am Jonah, and many more. Okay. So actually, if X is your angle, the other is 2X. Because X naman po ba, di po ba X is 1/2 of 2X? Yung sa iba, yung ginagawa niya, let X be the complement, tapos 1/2 X be the angle. Okay din po yan. But in this case, okay din naman po yung representation na to. Okay? And I also agree no, with the equation of Sir Mark. An angle is half of its complement. So check niyo po yung chat natin, no? X equals 1/2 of 90 minus X. I also agree with that, Sir Mark, no? Because the complement of X is 90 minus X. And the fact that X is 1/2 of 90 minus X. So thank you po. That's also correct. And if I add them, X plus 2X, that's 90. So that becomes 3X equals 90 degrees po, no? And dividing both sides by 3 po, we get 30 degrees. So it follows that 30 degrees is the angle. Yung complement po niya ay 60 degrees. And indeed, 30 is 1/2 of 60 degrees. Very good. Letter A. 63. What is the measure of an exterior angle in degrees of a regular hexagon? Did you go for 30, 45, 60, or 90? Okay? Grabe, letter C talaga unanimous. Okay, anyone po who could tell us using the chat, no? Ano po ang formula sa pag-determine ng exterior angle ng isang regular polygon? Ano pong formula natin? Very good. Thank you po, Sir Armando, Ma'am Alaika, Ma'am Christine, and many more, no, Ma'am Aldi or Teacher Aldi. The formula is actually exterior angle is equal to 360 degrees divided by n. Because it is actually a theorem po na if you have the exterior angles of a regular polygon one way, the sum of all of them is always 360 degrees. So since where n here represents the number of sides of that regular polygon. So a hexagon has 6 sides. So the exterior angle is 360 degrees divided by 6, and that's 60 degrees. Letter C. Siguro yung iba po ito yung ginawa. Yung ibang mga reviewists ko dati, yung ginawa nila is they found first or they looked for the measure of an interior angle, and they found out na 120 degrees yung interior angle ng isang hexagon, and they subtract that from 180. So 180 minus 60, 180 minus 120, they got 60. Because tama din po yun. Dahil if you have a regular polygon, no, the sum of one interior angle and one exterior angle is always 180 degrees. In other words po, An interior angle and a exterior angle of a regular polygon are always supplementary. Very good. Okay, next. Which of the following refers to the sum of all the areas of surfaces of space figures? Is it A, area, B, lateral area, C, surface area, or D, volume? Okay, letter. I see a lot of letter C's. Okay. Okay, isa-isahin po natin sila. Kapag sinabi po nating area, it is the number of square units in a flat surface. In other words po, if you have a polygon or let's say as a two-dimensional figure or a plane figure, meaning meron ka lang infinite, may length at width ka lang, pero wala kang thickness, area is the number of square units that is contained by that is bounded, no? Within the polygon. Ano naman po yung lateral area? Kasi meron tayong lateral area, meron din tayong surface area. And ano nga ba yung pagkakaiba nila? Kapag sinabi po nating lateral area, it is the area of non-base faces. Take note po ha, we are using the concept of lateral area and surface area for three-dimensional figures. So, yung lateral area naman, ina-add mo yung areas ng lahat ng faces maliban lamang sa base. And the correct answer po is actually surface area. Surface area is a sum of all the surfaces, of all the areas of all the surfaces of your three-dimensional figure. And lastly, kapag sinabi po nating volume, it's the amount of space in a three-dimensional object or something that has length, width, and height or thickness. So sa lahat ng sumagot ng okay, C, tama po kayo ulit. Very good po. All right. May I proceed po? Nakuha po ba natin yung explanation? Again ha, if we have questions or clarifications, pa-chat na lang po. All right. 65. How much powder in cm cube can be put into a spherical container with a diameter of 10 cm? Is it A, 527.75, C, B, 520.3, C, 523.6, or D, 524.3? Okay? So ano pong hinahanap dito? Kasi meron kang sphere. It's asking for what? It's asking for the blank of the sphere. Ano pong hinahanap dito? Contained. Anong concept po? Okay, very good. It involves now the volume. And besides, you can tell na volume po yung hinahanap kasi sa problem nakasaad po in centimeters cubed. So 3 yung exponent, so volume po yan. And I agree, no? Thank you po, Sir Mark, Sir Armando, and Ma'am Alaika, Ma'am Angel, for mentioning, no, that the volume of a cube is actually 4/3 pi r cubed, where V is the volume and R is the radius of your sphere. And note that since your diameter is 10 cm, remember that the measure of the radius is half the measure of your diameter. So it follows that the radius is 10 divided by 2 or 5 cm po. So with that, by substitution, V equals 4/3 pi times 5 cube. 5 cube is 125, and using our calculators, 4 times pi times 125 divided by 3, and that gives you approximately 523.6. So you go, or you should answer letter C. Very good. Perfect. All right. All right, proceed po tayo sa next number. The radius of a right cylindrical can is 10 cm and its height is 12 cm. Determine its volume in cm cube. Did you go for 1,200 pi, 1,020 pi, 120 pi, or 125 pi? Okay, letter A. A. Kaya ganun lang. Okay, let's see if you're right. So ano pong formula sa volume ng isang cylinder po? Okay, thank you, Ma'am Angel. Grabe, bilis ah. She answered V equals pi r squared h, and I, thank you po, Ma'am Erica. Thank you po, Ma'am Angel. And I agree with that, no? So volume is equal to pi r squared h, and we know that based on the problem, the radius is 10 cm and the height is 12 cm. All right. Okay. So with such, by substitution, you have V equals pi times 10 squared, which is 100, times 12, that's 1,200 pi cm cubed. And actually, I believe with letter A. Thank you po sa mga nag-comment, no? Correct. I hope na clear. 67. To find the perimeter P of a rectangle that has a length of 16 inches and a width of 12 inches, which of the following equations can be used? Okay, take a look at letter A. 2 times 16 plus 2 times 12. B, 2 times 16 times 12. C, 2 plus the quantity 16 plus 12, or D, 16 plus 12. All right. Comment, please. Okay, we have letter A coming from various people. And it's good also now that you some of you commented the formula that we can use. And I would like to shout out Ma'am Elisha, Ma'am Erica for commenting twice the length plus twice W. That's correct. And I also agree, no, with the work of Sir Aldi na 2 multiplied by the sum of the length and width. So both of them are actually correct. Pwedeng times 2 yung length plus times 2 yung width, or pwede ring i-add mo muna ang length at saka width and times 2 na lang po. So thank you, Ma'am Angel, Ma'am at Sir Aldi. So that's why, since here I will be using this formula for now, length is 16 and width is 12, so that becomes P equals 2 times 16 plus 2 times 12. And therefore, that's letter A. Very good. All right, so far so good. Let's proceed to number 68. Okay? The perimeter of an equilateral triangle and a square are both equal to 120 cm. How many centimeters shorter is a side of the square than a side of the triangle? Is it 3, 5, 7, or 10? Okay? I see D. Okay, so I could see plenty of you who answered D. Is that correct? Okay. Sige. Let's check if D is correct. From here po, how long is each side of the equilateral triangle? How long is each side of the equilateral triangle? Okay, thank you po from Ma'am Jasmine, no, and company. That's actually 40. Kasi 120 and it has 3 equal sides. So 120 divided by 3, that's 40 cm per side. How long naman po ang side ng square? Okay, I agree, no? Because same perimeter, which is 120, but this time it has 4 equal sides. 120 divided by 4 gives us 30 cm. And the difference of the lengths of each sides is 40 cm minus 30 cm, which is 10 cm. And that has to be letter G. Very good. Congratulations po. I'm so happy that many of you got the correct answer. 69. Two identical trapezoids are put together to form a parallelogram. The bases of each trapezoids are 9 cm and 18 cm. Its height is 8 cm. What is the area of a parallelogram in cm squared? Is it 118, 216, 230, or 250? All right, let's wait for a few more to give their answers. But so far, I could see plenty of P. O sana, happy si Ma'am Erica, tumpak yahe, sana all, no? Happy po ako sa iyo, ma'am, no? And if you're happy and if you know it, then clap your hands. Ano daw? Okay, letter B nga ba? Okay. Siguro, iba-iba yung process natin dito. Yung iba, yung ginawa niya is, hinanap yung area ng isang trapezoid, at saka after niya hanapin yung area ng isang trapezoid, times 2 na lang. Pero meron ding, di ba ito siya? So, ito po yung ginawa ko muna, no? So, ito po yung isang trapezoid. And we know that the formula for the area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2. I-add mo yung dalawang bases, yung 9 plus 18. Multiply mo siya sa height, at saka divide the result by 2. So here, that's why meron ka pong 9 plus 18 times 8 divided by 2. Yung 9 plus 18 is 27. At saka yung 8 divided by 2 is dinirekta ko 4 na lang. So 27 times 4 gives us 108 cm squared. That's the area of one trapezoid po. But there are two of them, di ba? Sabi sa problem. At dahil dalawa po sila, multiply it by 2. So 2 times 108 cm squared gives us 216 cm squared. That's why ang tamang sagot po ay letter B. So I agree with the work of Ma'am Angel, then times 2. Meron pa pong isang paraan. Ang isang paraan po is, mag-draw ka po ng isa pang ganito, tapos baliktarin mo siya, and you place it dito sa side niya, it will actually form a parallelogram. It will form a parallelogram, at gaya nga ng sabi ni Sir Mark, it will form a parallelogram with a base of 27 and a height of 8. That's why po, magiging ano siya, 27 times 8, and tama pa rin po. No? That's why tama din po yung sabi ni Sir Mark. Okay? At saka yung kay Sir Armando, no? Yung base times height. Okay. And I agree also with the length times width, sabi ni Sir Armando. Kasi pwedeng length times width, may part na i-cut ka, at saka makaka-form ka ng rectangle. So length times width din po yan. And I agree with Sir Aldi with the base times height then. Same with Sir Mark, no? Thank you po. Galing. I'm very happy kasi marami nagpa-participate, marami nag-share ng solution, and it's a sign na marami pong interested. So happy po ako dyan, no? Perfect. Okay, 70. If S is a point between R and T, if RS has a measure of 4y minus 1, ST is 2y minus 1, and RT po is equal to 5y, how long is RT? Is it 2, 8, 10, or 11? What is our answer? Letter C, 10 daw. All right. Ito po yung itsura niya, no? Yan po. So RS is 4y minus 1, and ST is 2y minus 1, and RT is 5y. And I agree, no, with this one na sinasabi po ni Ma'am Alaika na meron po tayong, if you could see, the length of RS combined with the length of ST becomes a total length of RT. This is by what we call the segment addition postulate. That is, for example, if two segments, if you have two segments that constitute a whole, then their sum is also equal to the whole, of course. That's why I agree with Ma'am Alaika, no? That 4y minus 1, the length of RS, which is 4y minus 1, plus the length of ST, which is 2y minus 1, is equal to the length of RT, or the whole thing, which is 5y. Then the rest is just algebra. 4y plus 2y is 6y. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2 equals 5y. So I subtracted both sides by 5y. I subtracted also both sides by negative 2. That's why I arrived to 6y minus 5y equals 2. And this tells us that y equals 2. With that, this since y is 2, di ba yung RT is 5y? So RT is 5y. So by substitution, that's 5 times 2. This tells us that the length of RT is 10 units. Letter C. Or yung iba po, yung ginawa niya is, dito siya nag-substitute to. 4 times y, 4 times 2, 8. 8 minus 1, 7. So 7 ang length ng RS. 2 times 2, 4 minus 1, 3. So RS is 7, ST is 3, 7 plus 3, 10 pa rin po. Pero siguro mas mabilis po yung RT directly, no? Kasi by substitution and simplifying, it immediately gives you the required answer. Thank you po. And may tanong po dito, good evening sir, saan po makikita ang recorded video sa meeting na ito pagkatapos? Sa ating group page po, tandaan, lahat ng recordings, yung PDF files, yung video, sa group page lang po natin yan makikita. Okay? Thank you po. 71. A square and a rectangle have the same area. If the square has a side of 10 cm, the following are possible dimensions of the rectangle except A, 5 by 20, B, 4 by 25, C, 50 by 2, or D, 5 by 15 cm. Okay, bakit D? Bakit okay yung A, B at saka C? Bakit D ang hindi pwede? Because, okay, how do we get the area of a rectangle again? To get the area of a rectangle, we simply multiply the length and the width, right? And if you could see, 5 times 20 is 100 cm squared, cm squared. 4 times 25 is also 100. 50 times 2 is also 100. But 5 times 15 is just 75. Hence, letter D is not 100. It doesn't have the same area with that square. Very good. Thank you po sa lahat ng sumagot. Very good. Grabe kayo, detailed talaga ha. 72. Okay, analytic geom. What is the slope of a line parallel to y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3? Is it A, negative 1/2, B, 2, C, 3, or D, negative 1/3? Okay. By the way, ano pong tawag sa form ng line na to? Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. Ano po form ng line na to? Very good. We call this the slope-intercept form. Thank you po, Sir Mark Joseph Bonilla, which is y equals mx plus b. Very good. Very good. Thank you po, Ma'am May, where m is the slope. And sabi po ni teacher ni Ma'am Alaika, kung parallel po sila, no? If you are given two lines that are in the slope-intercept form, then these two lines are actually parallel if their slopes are equal and their y-intercepts are different. That's why be careful po ha. Their slopes are the same, pero yung y-intercept po nila ay dapat magkaiba. So here, you could see that the slope is negative 1/2 and b equals 3. Ano pong tawag dito sa 3 na to, sa b? Ito ay, yung b dito ay yung, ano pong b dito? Ano pong purpose ni b sa equation na y equals mx plus b? Very good. Where the b is the y-intercept. Thank you po. Okay? Nag-ask po si Sir, okay, before I answer your question, Sir Ruel, So dahil parallel po sila, parallel lines have equal slopes, so it follows that the line parallel to it has a slope of -1/2. So I agree with letter A. So to answer the question of Sir Ruel, we have two possibilities po for perpendicularity. One possibility po is if the two lines, again natandaan, if two lines are either one of them is horizontal and if one of them is vertical. Kung horizontal siya, ang slope niya ay 0. Kung vertical siya, ang slope niya ay undefined. So kung meron kang isang line na slope niya undefined, yung isa naman slope niya 0, it follows that one of them is vertical and horizontal respectively, so they are also perpendicular. But what if yung two lines ay hindi horizontal, hindi rin vertical? Then I agree with Ma'am Alaika. That is, two lines that are neither horizontal nor vertical are perpendicular if their slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. Or, if you multiply their slopes, ano po ang product nila? Kung i-multiply natin yung slopes ng dalawang perpendicular lines na hindi naman horizontal, hindi rin vertical, ano po ang product ng slopes nila? Very good. Thank you po, Ma'am Alaika. Ma'am Sir Armando, dapat product nila ay -1. I hope I was able to answer your question, Sir Roel. Thank you din po, Sir Jurel. Okay, so letter A. 73. What is the slope of the line perpendicular to the line containing the origin and the point 13? Is it A, -1/2, B, 2, C, 3, or D, -1/3? Be careful po ha. This time, slope ng line na perpendicular po ang hinahanap. Okay? Keep them coming. So far, we have Ma'am Alaika, Ma'am Cyrus, Ma'am Angel, Ma'am Melitz, Ma'am Lovely. All of them answered G. Sabi ni Sir Mark, ganun din, ni Ma'am Jonah, ni Sir Armando, and mga kaya. Okay, first and foremost, before solving this, okay, ano po muna dapat ang una nating hanapin? Kailangan nating hanapin ang slope ng points, ng dalawang points ito. And we know, di ba, thank you po, that the slope, so one point is the origin which has coordinates 0, 0. And the other one has coordinates 1, 3. And I agree with the formula given by Sir Armando. That is, to find the slope, we use the formula change in y divided by change in x. So we have y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So for this case po, this is our x sub 1. This is our y sub 1. This one is x sub 2. This 3 is y sub 2. And by substitution po, your slope is m equals 3 minus 0 all over 1 minus 0, which is 3 over 1 or simply 3. But be careful po ha, yung slope natin ay 3. Kung parallel ang hinahanap, ang slope ng line na parallel sa kanya ay 3. Pero, perpendicular pong hinahanap eh. And we can recall earlier, that perpendicular lines, that two lines are perpendicular. Again, assuming na hindi po sila horizontal nor vertical, they are perpendicular if their slopes have a product of -1, or one slope is the negative reciprocal of the other. So ano po ang negative reciprocal ni 3? Okay, sumagot si Sir Armando, si Ma'am Angel ng -1/3, and I agree with you. So with that, the slope of the line perpendicular to it, yung symbol na to na baliktad na T, yan po ay symbol ng perpendicular. So surely, letter D ang tamang sagot. D nga ba? Yeah, letter D, which is -1/3. So surely, without graphing them, kapag slope ng isa ay 1/3, ay 3, I mean, yung slope ng isa ay -1/3, surely these two lines will intersect and form right angles po. Yes po. Take note ha, kapag perpendicular, lagi po siyang negative reciprocal. Except, may exception po ha, except for vertical at saka horizontal segment. Kasi yung horizontal segment, ang slope niya 0. Ang vertical segment, ang slope niya undefined. If you will multiply 0 and undefined, hindi naman po negative 1 yung result, di ba? Pero, kapag hindi po horizontal, hindi po vertical, perpendicular lines, palagi pong negative reciprocal ang kanilang slope. Thank you po for answering, no? So approve po, Sir Justin. Tama po kayo. Basta ha, walang horizontal at walang vertical sa kanila. Thank you po. 74. What point is the intersection of the lines x plus y equals 5 and 2x minus y equals 7? Is it 4, 1, 1, 4, 3, 2, or 2, 3? Take note, if you have two lines that intersect at one point, then this point should satisfy both lines. Meaning, kapag sinubstitute mo siya sa first line, it will result to a true statement. If you substituted the same point on the second line, dapat masatisfy niya din yung equation na yan. Or it results to an equation that is true. So, or pwede mo rin siyang i-approach by graphing pero medyo mabagal. You can also solve using substitution or elimination, no? Or if you have your calculator, yung ano lang, no, equation mode ng calculator natin. So we could use elimination, substitution, Cramer's rule, etc. In my case, I use substitution. So ito yung first equation, di ba? X plus y equals 5. I express this in slope-intercept form by subtracting both sides by x. So y equals negative x plus 5 or just 5 minus x na lang. And di ba ito yung second equation natin na 2x minus y equals 7? So ang purpose ko dito is yung y na to ay papalitan ko po ng 5 minus x. That's why yan. But be careful, I have to place here parentheses because I'm subtracting the whole thing. So 2x minus the quantity 5 minus x equals 7. If we will distribute the sign, lahat na ba after the minus will change sign? So you have 2x minus 5 plus x equals 7. 2x plus x is 3x. 7, ito magiging plus 5 to, magiging 12. Dividing both sides by 3 gives us x equals 4. And knowing that x is 4, di ba meron kang y equals 5 minus x dito? Replace x by 4, and that gives you y equals 5 minus 4 or 1. And if you have an ordered pair, tandaan po natin, if you have an ordered pair, it's x first, followed by the value of y, where x, remember, is the abscissa or the x coordinate, and the 1 here is your ordinate or the y coordinate. So letter A ang tamang sagot. Thank you po, Teacher Sir Aldi, for commenting your solution, no? Kay Sir Aldi, ano pong method yung ginawa niya? Inad niya. Okay. He added both sides directly po, no? Addition property. Gumamit po siya ng elimination. I agree with that. Nag-elimination po si Sir Aldi, and tandaan po natin ha, marami pong ways. So, if you are comfortable with the other methods na alam natin, so push po. Okay? So, yeah. Thank you po. So keep on sharing po your solution ha. And mga kaguro, please keep on looking also at the chat, no? Kasi you can also gather good insights from the solution of your kaguro. Okay, next. The linear distance between negative 4 and 17 on the number line is it 13, 21, negative 17, or negative 13? Which of A, B, C, or G is correct? Okay, I could see letter B's, a lot of them. Let's see if B is correct. Tandaan po natin ha, mga moms and sirs. If you are given any 2 points A and B on the number line, then the distance D is simply the absolute value of the difference of their coordinates. That's why you have D equals the absolute value of A minus B, where A and B are points on the number line. Take note, pwede rin pong baliktad. Pwede rin pong absolute value of B minus A. So kahit saan sa dalawa ang pwedeng mauna, basta make sure lang po ha, to get the absolute value. Kasi may instances po na makakakuha ka ng positive, may instances na makakakuha ka ng negative. But just take their absolute values, they will still give you the same answer po. Okay, nag-comment dito si Sir Armando. The distance from -4 to 0 is 4, I agree. The distance from 0 to 17 is 17. And 4 plus 17 is 21. And I totally agree with that, sir. Pusuan natin. Very good. In my case, A is 17, B is -4, and by substitution, that's D equals the absolute value of the quantity 17 minus -4, but minus becomes +4. So D is the absolute value of the quantity 17 plus 4, which is 21. And the absolute value of a positive number is again a positive number. That is letter B, 21 units. The fact po na option C and D are negative, automatic out na po yan. Kasi there's no such thing as negative distance po sa number line. Okay? Thank you po, Sir Armando, for sharing your... Sir, yung A po ba is always the bigger number? No. It could be any of them po. It could be any of them. Balik ka rin nyo po. Pwede pong balik ka rin. -4 minus 17. -4 minus 17 is -21, di po ba? Tama? -21. Ano po yung absolute value ng -21? Di po ba 21 din? That's why, wag po kayong mag-alala kung saan man yung nauna sa kanila. As long as you are checking their absolute value, it will still give you the same answer po. I hope na maliwanag po mga kaguro. All right. 76. Find the distance between 4, -3 and -2, 5. Is it 11, 10, 9, or 8? Okay, I see 10 units from Sir Mark, from Sir Juren, Sir Armando, Ma'am Alaika, Ma'am Lovely, Ma'am Sir Aldi, and many more. Okay. So, the answers keep going. Tama nga ba ang B? So, sabi nga nila, di ba? May hugot yan eh. Kapag taken na yung tao, matuto kang dumistansya. Okay. And this is the distance formula between any 2 points in the Cartesian plane. So D, if you have 2 points, the first one is has coordinates. If point 1 has coordinates x sub 1, y sub 1, the second point, p sub 2, has coordinates x sub 2, y sub 2, then the distance between them is just D equals the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 quantity squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 quantity squared. But take note, pwede rin pong magkabaliktad ha. Pwedeng x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared plus y sub 1 minus y sub 2 squared. Wala pong problema yon. Okay? So with that, you have this. So let's represent 4 as x sub 1, -3 as y sub 1, -2 is x sub 2, and 5 as y sub 2. Then you will get this. So D equals the square root of the quantity, the square of -2 minus 4, added by the square of 5 minus -3. This one simplifies to -6. 5 minus -3 simplifies to 8. And -6 squared is 36, whereas 8 squared is 64. And the square root of the whole thing is square root of 100, which is just 10 units. So therefore, if you plug in these 2 points on the Cartesian plane, expect that they will be 10 points or 10 units apart. Letter B. Very good, mga kaguro. Proud na proud si Sir Kim sa inyo. Nakuha po natin? And take note po ha, kung ang inyong dalawang points ay nagpo-form ng horizontal line or nagpo-form ng vertical line, don't worry. This formula is still applicable po. How about this? If the distance between points 8 and 7 and 3 comma y is 13, then y is equal to, is it A, 5 or negative 5? B, 5 or 19? C, 19? Or D, negative 5 or 19? I see a lot of D's. Grabe, unanimous talaga. Walang, for this session, parang seldom lang tayo nakakita no, ng iba't ibang answers. So usually unanimous po kayo talaga no, sa mga answers niyo. But let's see kung tama nga kayo. So again, we will still utilize the distance formula. So we are given points 8, 7, and 3y with d equals 13. Let's 8y, let 8, 7 represent x sub 1 and y sub 1 respectively, whereas 3 and y represent x sub 2 and y sub 2 respectively. And of course, the distance here is 13. Yes po, tama po. No? So same sa formula na gagamitin po natin. By substitution, mga kaguro, naging 13 equals the square root of 3 minus 8 quantity squared plus y minus 7 quantity squared. Okay, so this one, 3 minus 8 is negative 5, but the square of negative 5 is just 25, and the rest, kinopya lang po natin. So 13 equals the square root of the quantity, 25 plus y minus 7 squared. Para ma-remove po yung radical, ano pong gagawin natin para makuha yung radical sign? We will? Very good. We will square both sides. So 13 squared is 169. And taking the square of the right-hand sign removes the radical sign. And that's why ito po yung nangyari sa right side. Subtract both sides. Yung iba siguro sa inyo gagawin nyo siyang quadratic trinomial, pero yung ako po hindi. Gagamit po tayo ng extracting square root dito. Subtracting both sides by 25 gives you 144 equals y minus 7 quantity squared. And from here po, yung iba, again ha, gagamit po ako ng extracting square root dito. So, if you will take the square root here, di ba? That's plus minus 12. And if you will take the square root of y minus 7 squared, the square and the square root will cancel. That's why y minus 7 na lang po yung natira sa right side natin. And since need natin lang lamang yung y sa isang side, we don't need the minus 7. So this minus 7 here will become plus 7 on the left-hand side. That's why 7 equals plus minus 12, which means there are two values of y. The first one is plus 7 plus 12, which is 19. And the other one is minus 7 minus 12, which is negative 5. So therefore, the value of y could be 19 or negative 5. There are two possible values here, such that the two indicated points will have a distance of 13 units. All right. I hope clear po sa ating lahat. All right. I hope na maliwanag po. 78. Find the midpoint of the following pair of points, 3, 5, and 7, negative 3. Is it A, 5, 1, B, negative 2, 4, C, 3, negative 2, or D, 4, 5? Okay. Could someone please tell us, given 2 points, paano mo kukunin yung midpoint? Ano pong gagawin natin? Okay, tama, no? Meron tayong midpoint formula. And ano nga ba yung midpoint formula? You will get the mean of the x. The abscissa of the midpoint is the mean of the x coordinates. And the ordinate of the midpoint is the ordinate of the midpoint is the mean of the y coordinates. That's why I agree, no, x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2 and y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. That's why ito po yung formula natin. So that's why yung dalawang x, i-add na natin, divide by 2. So the midpoint, it's 3 plus 7 over 2 for x. For the y, it's 5 plus negative 3 divided by 2. 3 plus 7 is 10 over 2. 5 plus negative 3 is 2 over 2. Then may over 2 pa. This simplifies to 5, 1. So letter A. So surely the point 5, 1 is equidistant to the given 2 points po. Okay, very good. Thank you po. Grabe, lahat, marami po sa inyong nagbigay ng inyong comments, no? Ng inyong suggestions, ng inyong formula. That is much appreciated po. Perfect. Thank you. 79. The points A1, B2, and C3 are collinear. Which of the following is true? Is it A, C minus B equals C minus A? B, C minus B equals B minus A? C, C minus A equals A minus B? Or D, C minus A equals B minus A? Okay, let's see. May sumagot ng C. May sumagot ng B. Karamihan, B. Okay, sabi ni Sir Aldi, 3 minus 2 equals 2 minus 1. Okay? Pero tama nga ba? Okay, the thing is, mga moms and sirs, di ba kapag sinabi nating collinear, they are lying on the same line. So kung inyo pong titingnan, again, how do we know without graphing or without plotting the points? How do we know if the 3 points are collinear or not? Ano pong concept yung gagamitin natin? Okay pa. Anyone? How do we know na collinear yung 3 points on the computational aspect without plotting them in the Cartesian plane? Transitive property, Tandaan po, okay, to make the long story short po, tandaan nyo po ha, if you have a line that is straight, of course, in the Cartesian plane, any 2 points that you choose should have the same slope. Tandaan po ninyo yan. Tandaan po ninyo yan. Again ha, without plotting, you can tell if they are collinear if any 2 points have the same slope. Di po ba property yan ng line yan? Na kahit anong dalawang points ang kunin mo sa iisang line, ang slope na mako-compute mo dapat parehas lang. So meaning, ang slope ng first line at saka second, ang slope ng first at saka third, ang slope ng second at saka third point, dapat parehas po. Tandaan po niyo yan. So, 3 points are collinear if any pair of points has the same slope. With that, di ba ito yung formula for slope? So, if I have, let's say, the first 2 lines here, A1, B2, okay, so yung slope nito is 2 minus 1 divided by, di ba ito yung change in y divided by change in x, b minus a. Ito po yung slope ng first at saka second point. This time, kukunin naman natin yung slope ng second point at saka ng third point. So applying the slope formula, 3 minus 2 all over c minus b. Ito po. And the numerators, 2 minus 1 and 3 minus 2 simplify to 1. So you have 1 over the quantity b minus a equals 1 all over the quantity c minus b. And by multiplication property of equality, yung sinasabi nilang hashtag cross multiplication, 1 times c minus b which is C minus B, is equal to B minus A times 1, which is B minus A. Hence, C minus B equals B minus A, and that gives us letter D. Parang proportion yung points. Maybe, pero yung concept po dito na ginamit ko ay concept ng slope. Na kahit anong dalawang points ang kunin mo dyan, dapat same lang po talaga yung slope niya. Proportion. Slope ang concept po natin. Okay? Thank you. So I think I had to check on that thing, proportion. But in my case, I did not use proportion po. I'm not sure, no? But I just used the slope as a concept. Kahit isang pair, okay? But take note, meron ka pong 3 points eh. Meron ka pong 3 points. So dapat, sa 3 pairs ng slopes, computein mo kahit 2 lang. Kahit 2 sa kanila nagparehas na, I think it's already a guarantee na they lie on the same line. Halimbawa, for example lang ha, if kinumpute mo yung slope ng first at saka second, kinumpute mo ang slope ng second at saka third, kapag nag-iba yung sagot nila, kapag iba-iba yung slopes nila, ibig sabihin, hindi po sila collinear. Tandaan lang po natin yan. Okay? So at least 2 pairs po siguro. If you are given 3 points, at least 2 pairs ang computein mo. Kung marami kang time, 3 slopes ang computein mo. And in this case, I'm sure po na first second, slope ng first second, slope ng first third, or slope ng second third will all be the same po. Okay? Dahil collinear sila based sa given. Okay. I hope I was able to answer your question, Ma'am Eliang QT. Sana all QT. All right. I hope I was able to answer also your question, Sir Dexter. And one more, 80. Find the distance of the line 3x plus 4y equals 5 from the origin. Origin, of course, is 0, 0. So, gaano nga ba kalayo ang point 0, 0 sa line 3x plus 4y equals 5? Is it A, 4, B, 3, C, 2, or D, 1? Okay. I see 1 point. All right. Let's see if 1 is correct. Meron po tayong shortcut, no? To get the distance between a line and a point not on the line, we can use the formula D is equal to the absolute value of the quantity ax plus by plus c all over the square root of the quantity a squared plus b squared. Take note that here ax plus by plus c is equated actually to 0. This is actually taken from the general formula, no? Diba yung general formula ng line is ax plus by plus c equals 0. So here, dahil 3x plus 4y equals 5 po yan, dapat maging 0 po yung yung isang side. That's why yung 5 kanina na nasa right side, ay nag-minus po tayo 5 both sides with the goal of making the right side 0. So 3x plus 4y minus 5 equals 0. Gaano siya kalayo from the origin, which is of course 0, 0. Take note ha, kung hindi siya general form, dapat general form po muna. Okay? So yeah, the same thing with answer of Ma'am Alexa. But in this case po, we have to place absolute value because may tendency po kasi siya minsan na mag-negative. And there's no such thing as negative distance for this case. So here, ano yung 0 na to? Yung 3, siya yung A. Ang 4, siya yung B. Ang negative 5 here, siya yung C. Ang 0, 0, di ba? Ito yung coordinates. So, 0 here is the X. And 0 here is the Y. So, by substitution, that's D is equal to the absolute value of the quantity 3 times 0 plus 4 times 0 minus 5 all over the square root of the quantity 3 squared plus 4 squared. The numerator, this is 0 plus 0 minus 5, it's negative 5 all over the square root of 9 plus 16, which is 25. So that is D is equal to the absolute value of the quantity negative 5 over 5, which is negative 1, di po ba? Negative 5 over 5 is negative 1, but the absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. Hence, the point 0, or origin is 1 unit away to the line 3x plus 4y minus 5 equals 0. And that concludes another set of 40 items. With that, thank you very much and a great day to one and all. All right. So, dyan po nagtatapos ang ating discussion tonight. Okay, so at this point, mga moms and sirs, no, I will allow you to unmute yourselves if you wish, especially if you have questions po or clarifications. But before you do, no, I hope na may na-learn po kayo something for tonight. And if you don't mind po mga moms and sirs, pakilapag po. Okay, so basahin ko po yung mga comments. Thank you, sir. Dami na naman po natutunan. Hehe. Okay, thank you din po. At Sir Aldi, no, napaka participative din po. No? So I'm really thankful for that. So thank you, thank you. Welcome po sa lahat. And before we go, I want to say I love you. Okay, pakilapag po ng score natin. Okay? I'll stop sharing po muna. Pakilapag po ng score natin. Okay? Let's see kung ilan po yung nakuha natin out of 40. So, take note po ha, na out of 40, dapat maka at least 20 po kayo. Okay. Basahin ko po yung scores, but I will not mention the name. Yes po, don't worry. This session is recorded po, and you will be given the recording in a few moments, no? Or if not tonight, then tomorrow. Okay, basahin ko po ha yung mga scores. 35, 32, 33, 33, 40! Sana all, Ma'am Alaika. Ma'am Lovely, 40, may 31, 40, 38, 24. Grabe. Pati yung toddler ko nabibiling manood at nakatuloy-tuloy. 40, grabe, galing. 38. So far, so good. Good job po mga moms and sirs, no? And I'm very happy and thrilled na marami po sa inyo nakakuha ng at least, not only at least 20, but many of you got at least more than 30. And some of you even got perfect. Grabe kayo. No one's perfect, but you got perfect. Sana all po. Okay, congratulations. But if ever po na hindi po kayo naka-20 or nakakalahati, don't worry po, no? Hindi po itong katapusan ng mundo. Remember, as long as we live, as long as we are having this review, we may not be perfect at the moment, but at least we are trying our best, no? To improve each time. At yun po yung mahalaga. Kaya po nang nasabi ko dati sa inyo, nung kumuha po ako ng pre-board, okay, yung iba po sa atin ay walang subject na set theory and logic. Ay, okay. Noted po, sir, no? So don't worry, no? So at least we will have more of that as time passes by, not only from me, but also from Coach Isan and Coach Toto. And I'm sure you will be learning a lot from them din po, especially sa calculator techniques at sa iba pang mga shortcuts din. Okay? So, before we leave, no, tandaan po ninyo, no, recorded po lahat ng ating mga proceedings, lahat ng meetings po natin. So, I will be sending to you in a few moments the PDF copy of the file of the presentation bago lang. And also, I will be providing you with the video, no? So all of this will be in the group page of the Gurong Pinoy po. Okay? May katanungan po tayo before going home or before going to sleep? So, take note po ha. We will be meeting you next Sunday, still same time, 6 to 8 p.m. po, using the same link po natin. So save this link because gagamitin din po natin ito all throughout. All right? Kung wala na pong tanong, I wish everyone a good night. But before no, let's pray first before going to sleep or before going to our respective homes. Lord God, Heavenly King, Father, and Lord, thank you po for this opportunity that you have given us to gather in this through this Zoom meeting. We are hoping and praying, Lord, that as we are about to go home or go to sleep in our respective homes, may you continually bless us and guide us in everything that we do. All of this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. With that, goodbye, everyone, and I wish you all joy and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love. I will always love you. Good night, sleep tight. Sa mga taong uuwi, mag-ingat-ingat po tayo, and hopefully, everybody will be safe. With that, bye everyone, and take care po. Bye-bye!